I'm here today to show you how to clean a fish aquarium. Fast and easy. It requires no removal of your aquarium. You don't have to remove the gravel if you don't want. And the key to keeping a clean fish aquarium is all based on not overcrowding your tank. Do not overpopulate it with too many fish, which I found myself doing that many times in life before I cleaned aquariums the right way. Now, this is what you need. Now, we have a couple of water jugs and a couple of containers to hold water in, and a place to put your fish. We have a hose that will be used for ciphering. Now, if you have one of these vacuums, you can go through and vacuum your gravel, before, but you're going to want to wait and let everything settle again. So I would just skip that step. Vacuuming your gravel is only something you have to do if your tank is extremely dirty. Now, if you don't have a hose this size, you can always use the oxygen hose to remove the water. Now, come over here to my aquarium. You can see I've already started the process of removing the water. Fish still inside. You just need to make sure you remove the fish before the water level gets too low. And I only have one angelfish in my aquarium, and she's a lot easier to catch when your water level is a little bit lower, where she doesn't have so much room to just... Now, make sure your hose is above the gravel. We're not vacuuming the gravel right now. We are just removing the water. We're going to come down here. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with ciphering water, this is how it works. The fish aquarium is at a raised elevation. You're down here on the floor, see? Now, if you're not comfortable with doing this, I'm sure you can find somebody who's willing to help. Now, what you do is you place this in your mouth and you just give it suck a little bit of air out of the tube. When that suction happens, you'll see the water just start coming into the tube. Immediately after the water starts coming into the tube, make sure you place it into something, because you're going to begin emptying your tank. So, what I usually do is I fill up these gallons. I can put the lids on them and save my water. Another key is you want to recycle as much of that water as you possibly can to keep your fish from catching foreign organisms and getting sick. And it's just a lot more comfortable and healthy in their original environment. So we save as much of the original environment as we can. Okay, so I'm going to begin ciphering some of the water through this hose. Okay. You make sure your thing's in the water. About that far. Don't go any closer to the gravel or you'll pick up the dirt. We're not taking the dirt from the cage. Again, this water that I have put inside of here is all crystal clear and clean. No matter how dirty my aquarium got, the water above the gravel stays clean. So, you want to reuse that. Alright. See the water? Oh. You want to keep it tail, because every once in a while, you might have a little spill, but that's nothing big. Compared to the way I used to clean an aquarium, take that thing, get all the water out of it, take it to the bathtub, take all the gravel, boil it in the... Yeah, that is definitely unnecessary, and actually you remove a lot of healthy stuff out of the gravel whenever you do that. So, you see, with this size hose, it fills quite fast. Put your finger over the end of your hose, even if you're using the smaller hose, and just move it over to another container. This one's already full. Let's see. This one's full, this one's full, this one's full. So we've got... See, you don't have to have a milk jug. You can use anything that holds water. My favorite thing to use for the size aquarium I have, which is a 20-gallon, is a bucket from Walmart, like you use for moving or storing things. But and I'm gonna give you another tip. While this is emptying out, you see the water lines going down significantly, and I don't use the start right in my water. I just make sure I go to Walmart, I buy the filtered drinking water. I can buy 20 gallons to start a tank. 20 gallons of water to start the tank for my 20 gallon. And nothing has to be added. The water's ready for your fish to live in. And after that, when your aquarium gets low, you take one of these empty jugs back to Walmart for 33 cents and fill it up, and you got filtered clean water to keep refilling your tank with. But the thing is, you don't have to keep buying new water every time you clean your tank, because you put it back into these clean bottles, clean containers. Now, I'm going to show you an easy way to remove your fish when I get back here. So, I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Yes, simple measuring cup. Because when a fish is large, it is very important you don't damage the fish. You don't want to damage the fish's scales by putting it in a net, and partially larger fish don't even fit in the net. So if you have small fish, you're perfectly fine picking them up with the net. But the method I use, so I lift my lid up, out of the way. Give me a second here. Okay. Lift the lid up out of the way and just dip your cup inside and chase your fish over into a corner, and your fish should naturally swim into your cup. You might have to go a couple of go-arounds, but it's clear. The fish doesn't know it's in your cup until it's too late. So you reserve one of these containers for your fish removal. Your fish will be fine in there. If you feel you need to, you can move one of your filters over into there and provide oxygen. But another key is, before you start the procedure, go ahead and unplug your equipment. I just left the light on so I could see in the tank to get the fish out, see what the water level was, because we're going to continue removing the water until you got about 1 to 2 inches above the gravel. Stop removing water when you start seeing particles inside of your hose. And we remove the fish. We're going to go ahead and remove the ornament. Now, this ornament will actually help keep my fish calm while she's in a new incubation tank. She's used to the plant, so she will be calmer inside there with something she recognizes. You don't want to stress your fish out. They will live a lot longer without the stress. Now, I'll keep going down, removing the water, and storing it in containers. Now, you might lose 1 or 2 gallons of water in your gravel, but you're going to clean your gravel by removing the water, and I'll show you how after I get this aquarium down to the right water level.